Greetings everybody out there in the watch loving world. Well, in 2017 I bought a Seiko sarb017, the Alpinist, and in 2018 I sold that watch. I think it went to a guy in Michigan, here in the beautiful Midwest United States. Anyway, right now it is 6:33 p.m. in the beautiful Midwestern United States, but I want to talk about the Seiko Alpinist sarb017 with a green dial. It's really a beautiful little watch. The movement is the 6R15. It has 23 joules. It has a depth rating of 200 meters or 656 feet. A power reserve of 50 hours. The frequency this thing's beating at is 21,600 beats per hour. And so anyway, in 2018 I sold one, and in 2020 I bought one back because it's a nice little 38 millimeter watch, perfect little size really, and it does not have any anti-reflective coating, as you can tell. So we're going to show all the stuff here. But it's a good little watch. It's a 20 millimeter lug length. The diameter here in the lugs is 20 millimeter. The 6R15 is a pretty nice little movement now. It's got hacking and hand winding. And I don't know if you can see it on this thing, but on the out there's a second stem here, and there's an inner dial there, which is a compass. So you can see it moving. But anyway, it's a nice watch. I had this at the same time I had my 34 millimeter Rolex Air King, and the Seiko Alpinist I had it on the winder and everything, and it was keeping time with the Rolex. It's that accurate. Now all of them are not that accurate, but and this one seems pretty darn accurate too. But anyway, I got rid of one in 2018, and here I am. I bought it back in 2020, and I think this is going to stay with me because it's just a perfect size little watch. Now I have it on a NATO strap from Barton Straps. They're just got them in today. And so this is a nice little watch. If I can get it on the wrist here. Okay, there we go. And looks pretty good. 38 millimeter on a 20.3 millimeter. Well, actually, it's a 200 centimeter wrist, 8-inch wrist. Okay. But it looks fine. It's a perfect size watch for a variety of wrist sizes. If you have a small wrist, this is fine. And it's an accurate watch. It's a Seiko, so it's built like a tank. Actually, I guess I'm gonna have to admit, Seiko is probably my favorite brand in the world because they make watches of this quality that are affordable and attainable. Now these are running around $500 right now. They stopped making this model, and it was a big deal in 2017. And like, oh, we're not going to make that model again. And then a year or so later, they come out with a blue, sarb, okay, Alpinist, and they only made 1,959 of those. It was a commemorative watch, you know. So they were impossible to get a hold of. Very, very hard to get a hold of. But these are still around. The Seiko sarb017 Alpinist. They're a good watch. You can wear them. It could be a daily watch. The quality is, you know, it's up to Seiko. I mean, Seiko's been around since 1881. And their innovation is world class. I got this from a guy in California, and of course this is a Japan only watch, so actually a Seiko dealer I went in looking for a strap, and he's like, "Where'd you get that? That's not for sale in the U.S." But I got it for somebody who sold it to me, and they're around $500 right now. Now there's an updated model of the Alpinist, but it doesn't say Alpinist, and it has a Cyclops on the date and everything, and they're about $700. And is that watch worth it? Well, I like this one for $500, but actually for $700, yeah, it's worth it. Absolutely. I mean, when it can go toe-to-toe with a $4,000 Rolex, you know, what's $700 for a watch like this? But these are still around for $500. You can get them. You know, if people want to sell their watch, make them an offer. Doggone it, you want to sell it, make a deal or not. And but these are absolutely, I love these watches. And of course, I love NATO straps. You know, I'm spoiled now. NATO straps are so comfortable, and you could change them out. They look good. They're $12 to $15 a piece, to up to $35 you can spend on a real nice NATO. But these are for Barton straps, and it's a really, you know, it's a decent company from down in Texas. And yeah, I recommend the Seiko watch, and get yourself a NATO strap and put on it. Anyway, thank you all for subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate that, and hope you like the video. If you like it, tell me what you like. If you don't like it, tell me what you don't like. That's fine. I just love watches, and I know a lot of people out there love watches too. And I love Seiko watches. I tell you, they're my #1. And right there, Hamilton's my #2, because they're in the neighborhood, and they're a Swiss watch. But the Japanese are, I have to hand it to them. You make a heck of a watch. So thanks for everybody. Yeah, if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe. And in the end, remember to keep your watches all wound up.